Hello everybody and welcome back to Robert's Reviews. Today we are continuing our march through the MCU. It is exhausting. It's a long road, but it is what it is. We're going to get through it all. Just so you guys know, we are planning on finishing the MCU on August 11th. So we've got, a couple more months to go before we finish this. I want to apologize for the crows that's on that window that are screaming. I don't really have anything that I can do about that. I have to film early in the morning because I live with my niece right now. But soon, probably filming for July, will be in a different place, so you're not going to have to worry about that soon. But today, without further ado, let's get into talking about The Punisher Season 2. The Punisher Season 2 was released in 2019. It was... Oh, yeah, I don't have writers or directors for this because it's the whole series. Let's see. What came before this? What came before The Punisher Season 2? Runaways Season 2. So, let's see. I finished Runaways Season 2 pretty quickly, and I immediately went on to Punisher Season 2 because I loved Punisher Season 1. And, no spoilers, of course, but The Punisher Season 2 does not disappoint. There are aspects that are not the same. There are reasons why I can see people wouldn't like Season 2 as much. I liked it almost equal. I think maybe I liked it a little bit less. Just a little bit. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we don't get as many awesome Punisher moments as we do in the first film, the first season. Which isn't, to say that this season's bad, because it's not. It's very good. But there are just some certain aspects that aren't quite as up to par as the first one. There are new characters here, though, that I think were perfect additions to this series. I want to talk about them now. First, I want to talk about Josh Stewart as John Pilgrim. He's the bad guy here, and as far as I know, he's not in the comics. So it's like this new, completely reborn villain, which kind of took me by surprise, because there's so many villains to choose from. It's the Punisher. He's fought everyone. So it's weird that they decided to make their own, but I was okay with it because he's really cool. He's this really weird and lanky dude who's just kind of trying to kill him. There's not really a whole lot of reason why. There is, but I can't spoil any of it. But he's trying to kill the Punisher, and the Punisher kind of catches on pretty quick because he's also trying to kill this other girl that I will mention soon. And it's just this weird, complicated trio of people trying to kill each other. And then, of course, there's Billy Russo, who kind of becomes the bad guy here as well, because of what happened at the end of Season 1. So it's this crazy, 4-part fight now, and there's a pretty cool climax that I'm kind of considering rewatching right now because I freaking love it. It's so good. I think that John Pilgrim was a really good villain in terms of just being creepy and good at fighting, but I think that his development wasn't very good. I think that we started off kind of way too early with him, and we didn't go through any of the backstory, so it's just a lot of this, oh, that's a weird, lanky, tall dude. That's really all you know about him, which is okay because it makes him really scary. He's got a lot of other really creepy qualities, and of course he's trying to kill, people, so you don't like that, but that's okay. And we have Georgia Wigham as Amy. Amy's wonderful. So she's a teenager, and she is basically escaping from home, and she's doing this weird thing for her friends. I don't want to spoil anything, but she gets mixed up with the wrong people, and so people are trying to kill her. That's when the Punisher steps in, because the Punisher's like, oh my goodness, I guess I should take care of this and help the lady, because that's what I do. I'm a good guy. So he kills everyone in the bar, and he takes her. And he basically kidnaps her, trying to figure out what is going on, because he thinks this might be tied to Billy somehow. And it's just this crazy back and forth, and then they eventually become really close friends. And this isn't really a spoiler, but later on in the series, they become so close that the Punisher's teaching her how to take a gun and how to shoot a gun and stuff like that. So one day when the Punisher leaves, she's still in the trailer, and he comes back in, and she throws a ball at him, and the Punisher quick turns around and points a gun right at her face and almost shoots it. And of course, at that point, Amy's freaked out, and the Punisher grabs her and throws her down and is yelling at her yeah, I could have killed you. Do you want me to kill you? Oh my god, it was the best scene in the whole series. I'm definitely gonna go back and rewatch that as soon as I'm done filming this because I love it so much. It's one of the best things, not only in the season but in the entire series. It's probably my favorite scene. It's so good. Overall, The Punisher Season 2 is a very, very, very fun season. I would recommend it to anyone who likes The Punisher, anyone who likes Marvel. It's just a brutal, brutal, brutal season full of fun and hate, and it's really, really awesome. Definitely good follow-up to season 1, and I would hope that we get to see John Bernthal again soon, because I love him. He was actually in Those Who Wish Me Dead, so if you guys are interested in that, it's available there. But it's on HBO Max. But yeah, I hope we see him again as the Punisher, because I think he's the best Punisher we have ever had and ever will have. And so I'm going to give the Punisher Season 2 an A. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys like the video, subscribe. We're still going through the rest of the MCU, so it's going to be insane. We have, let's see, next week is Captain Marvel, so make sure you guys are following along for that. And please consider subscribing. It's a huge, 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 huge help. You guys have no idea how helpful that is. And as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.